What's up, all my food junkies? This is Jacqueline. This is my second episode in Does Weight Watchers Work week number 2. Obviously, that makes sense. So, if you followed me last week, I was in a bit of a low because I only lost 0.6 pounds, but I kept with it and I kept tracking. I didn't change anything because I wanted to see if it was just the week that I had, and then also see if it was my food that I was eating. And then if I didn't lose weight this week, I was going to alter some stuff. But today is the 24th of January and I have lost 2 pounds in the last week. So that's pretty good. I'm down 2.6 overall, weighing in at 216.2, which is, listen, I'll take it. Any loss is a loss. Definitely on the up and up, feeling better from last week. I stuck with the food that I was eating just to make sure that what I was eating is going to help me lose weight. And then if I didn't this week, I was obviously going to rethink what I was prepping for my meals. But it turns out that everything seems to be going on track. Keeping up with my exercise, trying to get my steps in, taking my dog for a walk. We're having a pretty unseasonably warm January. So I've been going out and taking my dog for longer walks, and that's really been helping me out, keeping my steps and my activity up on top of what I've been doing in the gym. So I'm gonna get right into what I ate this past week, what I'm gonna meal prep for this week, and show you a couple little tips and tricks I picked up along the way. As always, I'm gonna start off because this is such a cool thing, and I was talking to somebody at my workshop today who didn't know about it. So they were really excited that I brought this to their attention. This right here, you can read it's iced triple espresso. It's just triple espresso over ice in a venti cup. I don't know if you can see it there. It might not be focusing, but this is awesome. And I pair this with my Pure Protein, which I call this premium potion or something last week. I think last week I had premium. This one is Pure Protein. They're the same amount of points. 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, 140 calories, the vitamins. I got the chocolate, and I have to say I love it more than I like the caramel. Totally up to you, but I think I'm gonna stick with the chocolate, and I write it on the side, 2SP, so I don't have to think about it. The triple espresso comes about up to here in the cup, and I just fill the rest with as much of the bottle is in there, and then whatever doesn't fit, I just drink the rest, and that's my good to go breakfast for today. Normally every morning. Today, because I didn't have work, I got the sous vide roasted red pepper egg bites for 5 points. So it was a 7-point breakfast, and I was really satisfied with it. I ate it before I went food shopping, and I wasn't hungry while I was there, which is totally important. But I'm going to show you a couple of things that I did. Well, one thing that I did for dinner this week that was such a score. I went to the store to pick up my, I'm gonna get the number right this time, the 647 bread. This is Italian. I think last week I had white and then I have a whole wheat, but I tried the Italian this time. It's fantastic. It's 1 point per slice. I put it right here on the bag, 1 point per slice, so I know. And I make my tuna packet with it. So I always make sure that I get in water, because if you get it in the oil, it's gonna be points. This is 0 points. Mix this with a little tzatziki, and that is my good to go lunch. But I came home the other day and I did an earlier start time for work, and I came home and I had points for dinner, obviously because I didn't eat dinner. So I picked these up at the supermarket, and they were quite a steal. This is called Brooklyn Bread. They are called Country Potato Bistro Buns by Brooklyn Bread. Maybe we only get them in New York, I'm not sure. But it's 3 smart points per bun. And the reason why I got them is because I wanted to make a flatbread pizza kind of thing. Listen, I'm from New York. I love New York pizza, but it's a whopping 17 to 20 points a slice. And that's a lot. So I wanted to feel like if my husband and the kids ordered pizza, that I wasn't gonna be sitting there neglecting myself, but making a smarter choice and still participating in dinner. So I came home and I split this bun in half, toasted it for a little bit in the oven. I got this jar of Ragu quick pizza sauce, and I put here on the side that it's a quarter cup is 1 SP. And when you're building your own pizza, on here, a quarter cup really is a lot. I had actually poured some back in because I didn't need the full quarter of a cup. And then I took the 1 point Weight Watchers mozzarella string cheese and I cut that in half and then cut it into quarters and then diced up little pieces, little cube mozzarella. And I just sprinkled that on the top, popped it back into the toaster oven for another 10 minutes. And it was like this crispy pizza flatbread. On one half, I added 3 to 4 chopped up slices of turkey pepperoni. And then the other one, I just had the regular pizza. And for figure 3, 4 points, 5 points for the entire pizza. I got 5 points for the entire pizza. So I could easily make 4 pizzas for 10 points if I had the points. I paired it with a salad and I felt awesome after. So that was just a really quick dinner. It took me 15, 20 minutes to make the entire thing and I felt super satisfied after. So that was my score for the week that I found in the bread aisle because I'm a big pizza, bread, carb lover. So I didn't feel like I cheated myself that day and I was really excited about that. Before I get inside, I should have talked. I picked this up. It's cold brew coffee. So for the days that I'm running a little bit late and I can't stop and pick up my espresso that I like from either Dunkin' or Starbucks, I substituted this and it's really good. I mean, this is 0 points, obviously, and then I just add my protein to it and I, feel like I'm getting my coffee in the morning, which I desperately need. Other thing, I picked this up. This is from Aldi. Make sure you're getting 1% milk fat. I've had other brands. This is my favorite brand. I've done the Daisy, I've done the Axel. Don't love them as much as this brand. And for a quarter cup, it's 2 Smart Points. But a quarter cup is 12 grams of protein. And I have to tell you, I mixed this with blackberries, grapes, strawberries, and I feel like I'm getting an awesome snack. It's packed with protein. It really does fill me up. And I'm not a huge yogurt lover. And you have to be careful with yogurt sometimes because yogurt can have a lot of added fat. This is really awesome. As long as it's 1% milk fat, whatever brand you like, it's 2 SP per half cup. I put it right on the side here so I always know and I never have to keep scanning it. So that was a really awesome find for me. This was another cool find. This is in your sausage section, like up near the eggs area. I just stumbled upon this and for half a cup, it's 2 SP. And I put this in an omelet the other day and it was delicious. It was better than cutting up a link. I think for me, I felt like I was getting more than just 2 links. So I put this in my omelet and it was phenomenal. I also cut up a Baby Bell cheese and put that into the omelet and that melted beautifully. So I think that was 3 SP for the entire omelet. It was a 3-egg omelet and it was really delicious. I also picked up Applegate turkey bacon. If you could find it, I've scanned all the turkey bacon. Applegate for 2 slices is 1 point. Every other turkey bacon that I scanned in my grocery store was a point per slice. So at least with Applegate, I could have 2 slices for 1 point. I meant to pull that out of the fridge and I didn't. I made Morningstar spicy black bean burgers for dinner 3 nights last week and took that to work. I ran out of them, so I can't show them to you, but I popped them in the toaster oven and let them get crispy on the outside and stuck them in 2 patties in each individual container. It's 5 points for 2 patties. Then I took a fork split English muffin. It's 2 SP for 1 English muffin that I find from my grocery store. And so that was 7 points for the entire dinner. And then I added this guacamole salsa. It's 2 tablespoons for 2 Smart Points. However, 2 tablespoons for me is all I need because this stuff is spicy, but it really kicked the entire dinner up a notch. You've seen these before. If you haven't, you need to get to the salad section. These are awesome. For a quarter cup, it's 3 SP. So I got blue cheese and creamy Caesar. These are really, really, really awesome, especially if you want to make your own boneless buffalo wings, which I just do as chicken cut into cubes, and then I just bake them, or I put them in the skillet, or I could boil them, whichever one I want to do, and toss them in the Frank's Red Hot Buffalo, and then add it with this, and it's a 3-point meal if you just add this, and then I'd pair it with some carrot sticks and some buffalo carrot sticks and some celery, and I feel like I'm at Hurricane's Bar and Grill. So that's really good. Another quick thing I picked up at the store this week, and this is just a go-to if I come home and it's late, is the Progresso chicken noodle. It's the 130 calories per can. For 1 cup, it's 2 Smart Points, and there is 2 servings in here. So this is 4 Smart Points for dinner. But it's really good because you feel like you're getting your carbs, you feel like you're getting your protein, you pair it with a salad, and you've got a 4-point dinner, which if you've eaten a little heavier for lunch, it's a good staple. I got sick during this week. I came down with a small cold on Tuesday, and I am one of those people that when I get sick, I really just like to feed my sickness with fatty foods, French fries, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes. So I was a little nervous because I woke up and my throat was on fire and I just wanted something that I could taste that was packed with flavor. So I was a little nervous that I was just gonna quick run to Taco Bell or to McDonald's just to kind of like soothe my ache of being sick, but I didn't. Instead, I packed chicken bouillon, which is like this, but this is beef, but I did it with a chicken. And then I measured out my instant rice on the Uncle Ben's. I just do that because it's just so much easier than cooking rice all the time. For half a cup, it's 2 points, 2 or 3 points, and then I do a 1/4 cup for 2 points. So I think half a cup is 3 points and a 1/4 cup is 2 points. So I brought a half a cup and I brought 2 of these bouillon cubes and I brought a mug from home, and on like before lunch and then like before dinner, because I wasn't feeling that great, I just made myself some soup, and then I paired it with a couple of Halo oranges, I brought 3 hard-boiled eggs. If I can put the picture in, I'll show you what I did. I took a picture of my meal prep that day. And I feel like because I packed a really good nourishing lunch and I didn't succumb to the drive-through, the dreaded drive-through as I call it, I started to feel better like towards the middle end of the day. And I think it was because I made the right choice for myself and I put myself first and didn't just sabotage myself and say, oh, well, now you're sick, forget it, don't even bother. I didn't work out that day, but that's okay because I needed to rest my body, but I just made sure I was eating the proper foods and didn't succumb to my temptation to just throw my hands in the air and say, screw this, I'm over it. So the other thing I found is this 98% fat-free cream of mushroom soup. It is 2 Smart Points for this entire can. We like to make this, especially during this time of year, we like to make this casserole with, usually it's chicken cutlet, and then you put it over rice. My cousin put me onto this. It's so delicious. You make white rice and you put it in the bottom of the pan, and then you take the chicken cutlet and you lay it on top, and then you pour a can of cream of mushroom soup and you bake it in the oven. It is so fantastic. So it's such an easy meal to make lighter. You just grill some chicken, you put a little brown rice at the bottom, and then you pour 1 or 2 cans of this on here. And I haven't quite figured out what the point ratio will be per serving, but for somebody like me, I would probably take the piece of chicken and then measure out my little 1/4 to 1/2 cup of rice. And then I know that this entire can is 2 Smart Points. So if I use 4 cans for this dinner, and I only take a piece of chicken, I would maybe go high and just give myself the point for the soup itself. But it might just wind up being 4 to 5 points for the rice, the chicken, and this. If you want to put a little cheese on it, you can. If you have the extra point that you want to do, that is another option. But I was really glad I found that today because I can start making that dinner. This is another awesome thing that I found. It is the Skip the Sandwich, the New York style deli wraps. I've always liked Tomorrow's wraps, and they're generally low in carb, high in fiber. They usually have a good, protein content of 7 grams. This is really good for when I come home. I like to just grill chicken and have it sitting in the fridge, and I can make myself a quesadilla. So that's awesome because for 2 Smart Points, I can have an entire quesadilla and then mix it with some salsa. Add some cheese. Maybe it'll be like 4 to 5 points for the entire dinner, but it's just a go-to dinner for me that I don't have to think about. So it's nice to have those and know that's an option sitting in my fridge. This is something I saw in another video and I was really excited about them because I can finally do like chips and salsa again and not give it up. This is the corn Good Thins. So I broke these down and put it on the box so I know, but for 41 chips, it's 3 Smart Points. For 29 chips, it's 2 smart points, and for 17 chips, it's 1 smart point. So I can break down how many points I want to have for this box. They're really delicious. I've had them before, but I can't even imagine how amazing these would be just dipped in salsa. I usually just ate them by the handful by themselves in the past. So now it'd be nice to have it as a little snack. This is another impulse buy that I saw in the store the other day, and I just figured I might as well have it in the house just so I can have something to snack on. I haven't opened it yet, which I'm super proud of myself for. Super proud. But for 3.5 cups, it's 5 smart points. It's the Skinny Pop. This is the sweet and salty kettle, which I feel like is just such a good craving buster when you're peckish and you're feeling like you want a little something. My dad will also be really proud that I use peckish in this video. He's a word guy. And then I picked up my ground chicken breast for this week. I picked up 3 containers of this. I just put here 4 ounces, 0 smart points, but I went up to like 10 ounces and it was still 0 smart points. I probably wouldn't eat 10 ounces of ground chicken. But this week, I'm going to make myself a chorizo style taco and bring it to work. I found a recipe where you can take this and you can make it, I'm so sorry, and make it taste a little bit more like chorizo ground up. And then I'm gonna put it in a corn tortilla wrap. So for 3 corn tortillas, the small little ones are about this size. It is, so one SP per slice of that. So I'm gonna get 3 of those, and I'm gonna make myself some chorizo tacos and just slice cilantro and a little sliced white onion, bring that to work, probably bring a little bit of this guacamole salsa, and have tacos for dinner. So that is pretty much my week. I look forward to seeing you guys next week. I'm excited to see if I continue losing at this pace. And if you have any tips or tricks or anything that you want to tell me about, definitely, I'm always down to learn more. So until then, my food junkies, I hope you have a great week and a great weekend, and I'll see you right back here next week. Take care. Bye.